As more brawlers appear, more gadgets and star powers appear, and of course there are some bad ones. Today we're gonna be talking about those useless star powers and gadgets. Starting off with number 1 is Fidget Spinner. Every day I'm still amazed at the fact that this gadget still exists. I mean, why would you pick this thing instead of the other stun gadget? Basically it makes you spin around like crazy, get a small speed boost, and deal some lucky damage because it's not guaranteed to land a dynamite. Plus, you can't even attack during this wacky gadget, so I suggest that they slightly push back opponents, so if you're lucky you'll get more damage. Rebuild. Honestly, the only purpose for this gadget that I see is in those troll potato BS videos, those, Gale and this gadget. Basically, just rebuilds a tiny bit of obstacles around you. The problem is they're not even indestructible or anything. So if you got this obstacle destroyer like this Frank going crazy, then you ain't gonna be doing anything. And why call her Jackie when she's not, jacked? My idea is either the radius of rebuild is doubled or the repaired obstacles are indestructible. Take cover. Ah yes, my favorite combination. A bad brawler with a bad star power. This is honestly just the failed version of photosynthesis. Basically, if you stick yourself beside the wall, you'll get a 20% damage reduction shield, which is a pretty wacky percentage. I get the appeal of the star power. Hank relies on hide behind walls, which is his main thing, but 20% shield while you're in a safe spot? Just don't sign me in it. I get maybe you could deal with throwers, but 20% damage reduction is just a joke. So far, the only thing that's keeping this brawler from not being completely forgotten is the memes and the fake simps, etc. He's so bad I got a lot of his pins. Either buff the shield percentage, or the duration, or even the distance to activate it. Coin Shower. This makes you shoot 6 rows of coins instead of 3, and this is just a knockoff 8-bit second gadget, aka extra credits. Like, I get it. Griff is a damage dealer, and maybe they thought this gadget was nice, but it makes you vulnerable. For example, let's say an assassin just went by your side, you're still gonna be shooting those useless coins. Instead of that, make his next attack charge his super 25% more efficiently, so he can cycle supers. Order swap! That's right, the GOAT of useless gadgets. Legends say that up to this day, this gadget is still destroying the competition in terms of being one of the worst gadgets in the game. Basically, it makes you swap your weapons with Lori, making you a short-range Shelly, and Lori becomes a thrower who will mostly miss his attacks because he just auto-aims. This basically handicaps you as a brawler. Instead of being a thrower, in fact one of the best throwers in the game, you become this short-range, wacky thing. And when Lori's dead, you'll stay there as this short-range idiot. And how much damage does it deal? 3,200, exactly like Dynamite. Might sound good, but the damage is inconsistent, and since most people just want to become double throwers with Lori, I suggest that it is exactly what it does. Order duplicate, Lori copies Larry's weapon. Malaise. Sorry for the French accent. Basically, what this thing does is when you hit your opponents with super, all their healing effects are reduced by 75% for 9 seconds. Might sound powerful, but it's a very, very specific star power. The only time I remember this thriving is with the Spike invincibility glitch in the Angels vs Demons event, because it basically reduced his heal. Again, this star power is very specific, you're better off with the other one. So instead of losing the healing effects they get, how about just entirely remove their buffs, like taking heal or shield. Happy surprise! This star power excels at noob stomping, because they won't be able to dodge your hits, so they get hit by the last egg, which spawns a tiny little hatchling, and that applies every 5 seconds. But again, as I said, it's good for noob stomping. Pros will mostly, or even average, will just dodge your useless attempts. And the problem is this, the cooldown restarts even if you didn't hit a target. Motherly Love is an honorable mention. Basically, it turns your super into hatchlings that heal allies. But by the time the hatchlings popped out, the teammates or you are already dead. So it's also a useless gadget. Again, a weak brawler with useless star power and a useless gadget. Don't worry, this is not gonna be the last one you're gonna see. Also, the gadget applies with the hypercharge. Might sound broken, but it's just beyond trash. Many people pick the Happy Surprise star power over the other one, and they end up finding out that what they did was basically a mistake. So yeah, the Eve is still bad. For a Happy Surprise, I suggest that the star power works on the second egg, so more hatchlings could appear, and for the gadget, it should instantly spawn 3 hatchlings that heal, and the first tick is instant, as in the first heal. Fast food and double mustard. Again, bad brawler with bad star power and gadget. What this does is that it basically nullifies dog's damage, and it turns it entirely into heal. Pretty much the equivalent of the glitch with the Man of War skin, where it basically doubled the heal. Again, like, most people aren't kind enough to use dog as a support, so they mostly go with the second gadget, and even the super, they just do it for themselves. As for fast food, it basically makes resurrected allies or even yourself faster for 3 seconds, but the thing is, the speed boost isn't even that significant, and you're better off with the other star power because it heals yourself. So you'd be healing yourself and your allies at the same instant. And I do agree with a lot of people that I don't want to see a dog meta, because it would be very annoying to try to face a dog, then he'll just respawn, and basically, you know, 2019 extra life of 8-bit, the most infamous star power that has been deleted. So please buff the speed boost and the duration by a bit. As for the gadget, next attack triples the heal, so you know, the heal will be more noticeable. Presto, the failed version of Shelly's second gadget, aka Clay Pigeon, on release, and basically the worst version of the long arms gadget of Shade. What this does is that it increases next attack's range by 34%, and again, you're better off with the second gadget, the first gadget, because it makes you secure some kills and does this gadget's job even better. At this point, you've already noticed how many gadgets are there that are just extremely similar to others, and ones are good, ones are bad. It's because it's all about the brawler, because, for example, if you put this gadget with Piper, like, what's that gonna do? Have some extra range? What are you gonna do with that? Yeah, I mean, just because a gadget might sound broken on one brawler or even helps a brawler doesn't mean it will necessarily help the other. This rework idea might be broken, but nullify Maiko's unload speed for 2 seconds. Sneak peek. Basically the star power that completely destroys the fun element of Chester, which is randomness. I mean, he's a joker, so why would you want to see your next super? Plus, again, you're better off with the other star power because it makes your first attack deal more damage. I mean, it's not entirely useless compared to the gadgets and star powers we've seen today, but it's still just, I don't get why. Chester is, again, a joker, should be random. Some people have suggested this become a mythic gear, but that would be too good. Since it's a sneak peek, he should be able to see his opponent's supercharge rates, or hide his supercharge rate when his super is charged, or his teammates can see his super, so they know how to synergize with his current super. And that concludes it for the video. I hope you liked it, and in case you haven't watched the first part, yes, there is a first part, you can check it out. I mean, it has pretty much the same title, and yep, if you have any video ideas, suggest me in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. I am a 1-2 after this